critical condition. So please make dua for him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant it easy to the family, and may Allah Azza wa Jal cure the ill person, inshaAllah, and give him sound health. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We were talking about staying away from the deadliest action, those actions that will be a very heavy on the other side of the pan of scale when the a'mal will be weighted in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in that, the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu was salam, that stay away from 7 deadly sins, and we went through each of them, starting from qatlun nafs, killing someone, magic, eating the wealth of the orphans, getting involved in usury and interest, turning away from the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and giving sacrifice for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. The last one is قذف المحسنات المؤمنات الغافلات. This action is on its own is a very severe action, but when it involves an innocent life, then the severity of this action becomes even worse. And this is accusing someone of an action that they never did. And going on to the highest level is accusing a chastity woman that has protected her chastity. You accuse her for illegitimacy, that you had involvement with the wrong individual. This sin is to be the highest in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah Azza wa Jal talks about it in a very detailed manner in the Holy Quran in Surah An-Nur, where a group of individuals from the community and those who initiated this effort was munafiqeen. So the act of munafiqeen is what? Is to publicize the sins of other individuals, number one. And number two, accuse innocent people for committing sins. This is what they used to do in the Muslim community during the time of the Sahaba Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'een. That they will go around spreading rumors. They will go around accusing individuals. And then eventually this will become the cause of dispute. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought this test upon the Prophet alayhi salam. This act happened to be from the family of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, from the azwaj of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that she had to go through this test. And in this test, Allah Azza wa Jal has given so many lessons. The worst thing you can do is to accuse a person, an individual, who has kept themselves completely away from this sin, that you accuse them for this sin. And this happens a lot, that when a person is trying to cover up his own ends, he accuses other individuals. And eventually, the sin itself becomes such a haunting action that it destroys you in this dunya, and then it destroys you in akhirah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, الَّذِينَ يَرْمُونَ الْمُحْصَنَاتِ الْغَافِلَاتِ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ لُعِنُوا فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. That Allah is cursing them in this dunya, and the curse of Allah will be upon them in the hereafter in akhirah. So this is a sin. A lot of times we get involved in conversations, and these conversations, they go beyond the limits. And then after that, before the action or the sin it's even existing, you already have given a judgment. This person has stolen, this person has done this person has done this, na'udhu billah, this person has committed zina, so on and so forth. Just having the understanding, if there is a statement, we already give our judgment. But on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open up the entire scenario. This is why Abu Dhar, one of the Sahabi radiyallahu anhum, during the incident this was happening in Medina, one of the Sahabi radiyallahu anhu was sitting in his house, and his wife came in, and she said that, do you know what people are talking about Aisha radiyallahu anha? This Sahabi radiyallahu anhu says, Hasha wa kallah. Can you imagine yourself doing something like this? He says, no. How can you imagine the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being involved in something. So, as an individual, as a believer, this is our duty, that we protect. We protect our tongue from saying things which can be held against us on the day of judgment. Otherwise, the sin is very great. And the destruction is dunya, and the destruction of hereafter is much more worse. We ask Allah to give us protection. We ask Allah to use our tongue the right way. And we ask Allah to save us from accusing other individuals. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from all of these sins that we have talked about. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakum Allah khairan. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.